The Treasury, also 3 feet of solid concrete reinforced with tram rails, so it would have been pretty tough for any bombs to get through all of that. Now if you go in there these days, it's pretty much been left as it was when it was last used, so Churchill's bed is still unmade from the last time he stepped out of it. There's still maps and tactics all over the walls and tables and things like that, so it's quite an interesting little place to go visit. I think it's about £10 if you want to do that. But there is an area dedicated to the life and work of Churchill himself. Now, he was voted in a BBC poll not too long ago the greatest ever British person. So, that tells you just how popular he still is in this country, even a long, long time after World War II. Now, he, of course, was Prime Minister during that war, and what he always managed to do was give some incredible speeches to keep the morale of the people up during the toughest times, because there were some occasions where it really looked like we were going to lose the war, and the royal family were even making plans to evacuate over to America at certain stages. But for example, when he was elected, he said he had nothing to give but blood, sweat, toil and tears. And it's that kind of attitude that really got into the British people at the time. Now, rather oddly, at the end of World War II, however, he was voted out. But a few years later, he was voted back in for a second term as Prime Minister. But this time, he had got quite old. He was also a bit of an alcoholic and quite rude to women fairly regularly. But during this era, he did say some things that have become very famous for their wit, so I will share a couple of quotations with you guys now. For example, one lady went up to him and said, "Winston Churchill, if I was your wife, I would poison your tea." And he said, "Lady, if you were my wife, I would drink that tea." Another lady went up to him and said, "Winston Churchill, you are drunk." And he said, "Yes, but you, my dear, are ugly, and in the morning I will be sober." So, witty guy, very, very popular amongst the people of this country. But what we're going to do now is walk around the corner, because there's another very big thing over there, and it's a very, very famous clock tower, which I'm sure you've all been looking forward to seeing. So, without further ado, let's head round this way.